What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, what I want to do right now is I want to address how former President Donald Trump and how he has power over what Democrats are currently doing. What he's doing in the background is actually affecting what Democrats are doing right now. So, in today's video, I want to address a bunch of different things. I want to address more of the daily news, but here's what I want to do because I know a lot of people have been requesting this, so here's what I want to do. First, I'm going to address exactly what I'm going to discuss over this video. So if you want to watch it, awesome. If not, if I'm not going to discuss something that you want to hear, then that's perfectly fine. You can go and watch something else. So a lot of you guys like that I give a little outline of what I'm going to discuss in the beginning of my video. So if you like that, do me a favor, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. And also down in the comment section below, just comment outline. That way I know in the beginning of my videos, put an outline so that you guys know exactly what is going to be included. So let's get into that outline and then I'll discuss more details. Here's what we know. Multiple states are working to fix the issues surrounding the rental assistance programs. Cruise lines are fighting with the Florida state governor as they don't agree on one key security measure. President Biden is being pushed by Democrats to fight for the January 6th commission or end the filibuster. The IRS says it is automatically fixing the unemployment income tax refunds and filers just need to be patient. The talks of the universal basic income are starting to die down now due to the labor shortage that we have seen in recent weeks, and multiple Democrats believe that without additional stimulus checks, former President Donald Trump has a good shot of getting back into office. So that is what I'm going to discuss in today's video. If you enjoy these daily uploads, could you do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button? So let's get into the details. First, multiple states are working to fix the issues surrounding their rental assistance programs. They are doing this because many landlords are not accepting the funds because they come with so many contingencies that the landlord cannot evict the tenant for whatever reason for the next year or 6 months. They have to accept, let's say, a 80% amount of what they were previously owed. So let's say the tenant owes $10,000. Well, if the state says we are only going to pay you 80%, that means they would only get $8,000 and they would have to pretty much eat the cost of the other $2,000. Some landlords are not going to do that. So those are currently some of the issues. Some of the other issues are some states have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of applicants. The problem is that they're trying to go through these manually. And then the other issue is some of these applicants don't have all the information sent to the agency. So because of that, they can't accept it and send out the money. So again, there's other issues here. Right now, a lot of this that is going on is simply because the states cannot handle this. They don't have the personnel to handle this many applicants. And so right now, some states are trying to get through this. Some states are trying to provide additional rental assistance. The problem is it's just coming out very slowly. So some states are working to fix this issue. And one of the easiest fixes is to hire more people or more personnel to go through these manually. So we'll see what happens there, but as I know more, I promise I will share more. We also know cruise lines, as of today, and actually over the past few days, cruise lines are starting to fight with Governor DeSantis out of Florida because they don't agree on one key security measure, and that is the passport vaccine, okay, the vaccine passport, whatever you want to call it, right? This is where Governor DeSantis, he actually put a ban in the state of Florida that no business whatsoever can require a vaccine passport in order to go into their establishment. This includes cruise lines. Okay, so here's where things are getting a little bit kind of blurry because there's maritime laws as well. Then obviously you got the state of Florida. Well, the Governor DeSantis is saying that he does not want cruise ships to even be docking in Florida if they are going to require a vaccine passport. Well, some of these cruise lines are saying that this is a requirement because they have to keep their passengers safe. They have to not only keep their passengers safe, but when their passengers get off in another state, they get off in a different country, that is the issue, is those passengers are going to have to require or show some proof of vaccination, whether they're negative, they've had a test, whatever. And this is the issue. And they're saying that they just don't have the personnel to do things like that, especially when they're on the ship. So the simplest way is vaccine passport, and then you can get on the ship. The issue is some cruise lines aren't going to go for this. A lot of them right now aren't going to abide by these rules, and a lot of them will get fined by the state of Florida, and they will just fight this. And they say that this is unlawful for the state of Florida to require a cruise ship that goes to other countries to pretty much say, no, you cannot demand a vaccine passport. So again, there's a lot of stuff going on here. The good news, though, is cruise ships are starting to book their trips and stuff, and so that's really good. Hopefully the cruise ships come back in full swing. People will go on cruises. I personally don't go on cruises because I just don't like it, but that's just me personally. If you like going on cruises, awesome. They are coming back. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you went on a cruise recently, well, I guess you didn't go in the past year, but before that, where was the last place that you went to? I'm curious to know, because I know my family loves going on cruises. My wife wants to go on a cruise, but me personally, I'd rather just fly somewhere on a plane and then just kind of relax. So that's just me, but who knows? We also know President Biden is actually being pushed by Democrats, and this is something newer, that he is being pushed by Democrats to fight for the January 6th commission that would look into the January 6th Capitol riot. And this would just be a commission to look into it. This is exactly what happened over when we had 9/11 many years ago. Is that there was a commission that was formed to look into the not only what happened, but what happened prior to that date, things leading up to it, caused it, and everything in between. So right now, Democrats say we either need to force Republicans to agree that yes, we need to have a January 6th commission, or we need to just end the filibuster so that us Democrats can just go and pass it anyway. It's kind of what we're hearing. We're also getting a lot of reports from many lawmakers say that the filibuster is in question simply because Republicans are voting against all the different measures and different legislation that Democrats are putting in front of them. Now, we've seen this before when Republicans held the majority and Democrats were blocking certain pieces of legislation, but at that time, Republicans weren't talking about ending the filibuster to get these things through. They were just talking about, hey, you should really vote for this because it's going to help you. It's going to help, the American people, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But just understand, this goes both ways. So even though Democrats are fighting to end the filibuster, there hasn't been a time where that I believe, okay, I may be wrong, but where Republicans were trying to end the filibuster as well just to get something through. So I think right now Democrats are trying to take the easier way out. President Biden is trying to take a longer route to get to the same result of passing bipartisan legislation, but that's where Democrats disagree and say that no, it's taking too long, there's too many delays, and we need to get this done immediately. So we'll see what happens there. We also know the IRS is going to automatically, or at least they say, automatically fix the unemployment income tax refunds, and filers just need to be patient. Now, here's what we know. And I've talked to a few different people that should be getting some unemployment income refunded. But every single person that I've talked to, whether it's in the comments, on Facebook, through email, every person that I've messaged, every single one has said they have not heard a thing. They have not received any money. So we are already a month in because according to the IRS, they were going to start sending these payments at the beginning of May. Well, here's what we know. The IRS has also stated that some of the more complex tax returns, that means people that have investment income, business income, maybe they have rental properties or real estate, whether it's your personal residence or an investment property. They have a W-2 or some form of that. Maybe they have capital gains, or maybe they have children. They could have had obviously unemployment income as well, but then other things, maybe royalties and Schedule C's, whatever, right? We're not going to all that. But those are more complex. And the IRS has stated that the more complex your tax return is, the further back it's going to be pushed. But they state that hopefully by the end of this summer, so we still got a few months, but by the end of this summer, hopefully every single American that does get some form of unemployment income tax refunded, they will have that refund check by then. So what we know is that they are starting with the simplest tax returns at this point, which are most likely you have a W-2, you have unemployment income. That is it. So if you were self-employed and you have unemployment income, that is more complex. But if you have a W-2, no children, unemployment income, you are single, you will start seeing your payments. That is at least according to reports and according to the IRS themselves. So just keep that in mind. We have to be patient because most people are not the simplest tax filers. Most people are not single, have just a W-2 and unemployment income. They usually have, maybe there's a little bit of a retirement account in there, right? They have some funding or some money from maybe a side hustle, right? So many different things. Maybe they have a child or they are married. Those are more complicated, so just keep that in mind. Now, here's a big thing that I was reading just a little while ago, which I thought was very interesting, is that the talks of universal basic income are starting to die down now amongst lawmakers due to the fact that there's been a labor shortage seen in recent weeks. What we know is that many lawmakers are pushing to end the unemployment income or unemployment benefits from the federal level. That's the $300 per week, the long-term unemployment, and the pandemic unemployment assistance, the PUA. A lot of lawmakers are pushing to end that because they say this is actually doing a disservice to the American people, and it's causing people to stay home as opposed to go and get a job or work the job that they previously had. Well, this does pertain to universal basic income because months ago, what we were hearing is that the stimulus checks were working, the $300 per week boost was working, it was helping the American people, so just maybe universal basic income could be seen as a benefit to the American people. Well, now it's actually being seen as causing an issue if we were to implement universal basic income on a grander scale across the United States. Maybe the lower income individuals, right? What we're going to see is that first off, inflation is going to run rampant, and we're going to see that happen quickly. We will see hyperinflation. Okay, so I don't anticipate universal basic income happening on a federal level anytime soon. But on top of that, we are now seeing that universal basic income would only cause people to collect their income and quit their job. And that would happen for a short amount of time until we started seeing massive amounts of hyperinflation. And once we started seeing that, people would go and find a job again, collect their universal basic income just so that they could survive. So again, right now, there's talks going both ways, and I can see this moving both ways. It's really going to depend on what Congress can pass over the next couple of months. But as of right now, again, there's question marks around everything. And here's the last thing I want to discuss, because this is actually something that is pretty big as well. And this is something we've been hearing for the last probably month or so, is that multiple Democrats believe that without additional stimulus checks, this includes a direct deposit, right? Direct stimulus checks, the $1,400, $600, and even $1,200. We also know stimulus checks could pertain to the $300 per week unemployment boost. It could talk about and kind of reference the child tax credits. All those things are considered stimulus checks. Well, what we know is Democrats say without additional stimulus checks, former President Donald Trump has a good shot of getting back into office. They say this because, as of right now, former President Donald Trump, he has a lot of pull. And it's not with the entire GOP. Some are actually against him rerunning for president because they say that would put them back in that same kind of walking that tightrope, and you got to be careful what you do, what you say. You don't want to make him mad. And some are saying that they don't want that. But the majority of American people that voted for former President Donald Trump just last year, according to reports, the majority of them would vote for him again. And many more Democrats that did vote for President Biden will flip and vote for a Republican in the next election, simply because they do not agree with everything that's been happening and the lies surrounding student loan forgiveness and the $200 per week in Social Security benefits. Some are saying that this current administration lied too many times and it's just too soon that they would not vote for Democrats again. So what I can tell you is that right now, many Democrats are saying that we have to pass an additional stimulus check because if we don't, Republicans are going to gain more seats in the Senate and the House during the midterm election. And if Republicans win back the House and the Senate, it is going to make the current administration look completely bad over the next 2 years because they will not pass anything they will not be able to agree on anything. And because of that, chances are we will end up seeing former President Donald Trump get back into the White House. Whether you like him or not, that is a good possibility. So one thing I just want you to keep in mind is that right now, everything that we see, everything that we are going to have played out over the next couple of years is going to impact who we see in office, okay, in the next election. So right now, what I can tell you is that Democrats are looking into this, and they're going to do everything they can to make sure that former President Donald Trump does not get back into the White House. And the last thing I just want to say is that currently Vietnam has detected a hybrid of the Indian and UK COVID-19 variant. And this is actually causing a lot of concerns because we have no idea exactly how our vaccines are going to be impacted and if they will work and how effective they will be. Okay, we don't know the efficacy of the vaccine on this Vietnam hybrid variant. So right now, what I can tell you is I'm going to continue to look into this, make sure that really I can't do anything about it, but I can update you guys and keep you informed on everything that's going on. So just want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you have a wonderful Saturday. Like I said, if you enjoyed the kind of outline of what I'm going to discuss in the beginning of the video, can you do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, but also comment outline down in the comment section below so that I know to continue to do it. Again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.